Hello, everyone. We are playing Otogirisou, which is a sound novel for the SNES, and it is considered, um, like the birth of the sound novel genre. And there's an English patch that just came out, and I'm actually very excited to play through it. I've never played this before, and I've been told it's very good. Okay, let me boost that up. That any better? Hello, test. That should be better. I can always lower the game volume. There we go, much better. I'm trying not to be too loud. I have roommates still sleeping. Okay, so okay, enter in. Is there a note? Oh, just enough to put our name. That's good. Okay. The narrow mountain road weaved back and forth. What button do I have to press? I'm not sure if it was because of the shadows from the mountain or something else, but it felt oddly gloomy. Oh, I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day. My sense of time has been out the window lately. The trees were all lined up in a row like a procession of corpses, and the way the rocks were shaped made them look like monsters. I decided to put those disturbing thoughts out of my head. I could hear Nami breathing lightly as she slept. She was awake until just a moment ago. I figured she must be tired after a day of fishing at the river. She looked so beautiful as she slept. Okay, that's kind of creepy. I don't. This is a weird setup. As I gripped the steering wheel, I couldn't help but gaze at her. Ah! Sachu! A car! Nami suddenly shouted. Without thinking, I was just about to hit the brakes, but there was no car heading towards us at all. Nami? Oh, was that a dream? Come on, get it together. I pretended like I was gonna smack her with my elbow. Oh, it's your mom's birthday. Happy birthday to them. And at that time, oh, okay. Okay, now we got a choice. So it's A, I thought about how cute Nami was. I shivered like I just had a pre-notion of something sinister. I'm gonna do the sinister thing. I feel like that's the better. Let's do that. I shivered like I just had a premonition of something sinister. Nami looked out the window. Hey, Sachu. What? What's the name of those flowers, I wonder? I noticed them earlier. There was a big stretch of yellow flowers beside the road that had long, thin stems and elliptical leaves. They go by a few names: Hypercilium, St. John's wort, or Otogirisou. Spelled out, that's brother cut flowers. Otogirisou. Yeah. There's a weird story about those flowers. I thought I'd tell it to Nami to make the drive a little interesting, so let's see, we got another choice. I figured I could embellish the story. I decided to make it a little spooky. Let's do embellish the story. Once upon a time. Huh? What's this about all of a sudden? It happened ages ago. Two brothers, falconers, lived deep in the forest. The two of them got along well and always spent their days hunting together. Are you saying falconers hunt for falcons? With falcons. Anyway, they were from a prestigious family that was well known for raising strong falcons, but they had a secret medicine that healed falcon wounds. It had been passed down in their family for generations. With that medicine, falcons that usually would have died from their injuries healed right up. That's not fair. Keeping it all to themselves? Maybe so. But it was for that reason that the brothers were respected by the nobility. One day, the ruler of their village gathered all the falconers around for a hunting tournament there. A hunting tournament? Weird. I don't think that's weird. Like, that's just a normal thing. Like, I guess depending on when this is set. Take a sip of water. Don't pester me about the story, alright? It feels like it's dragging on, though. Okay, just listen to the end anyway. Should I give you the short version? No, I want to hear the story in full. We're hearing the story in full. Just listen to the end anyway. Okay. I regained my composure and continued telling the story. The weather was beautiful that day. It was the perfect day to go on a hunt. Everything was going well, so the nobleman was in an especially good mood. However, you scared me. Don't just suddenly shout at me like that. After the sound of a huge bolt of lightning echoed forth, the clear sky suddenly became cloudy, and big chunks of hail fell from the sky. Everyone fled in a panic. That must have really hurt, huh? Oh, that hail must have really hurt, huh? Oh, rain started falling here, too. The falcons flying above them had it especially rough. The hail was as big as a fist, after all, which was unusual for that time of year. The falcons were getting knocked to the ground, gravely wounded. How tragic. Naturally, the hunt was called off. The nobleman was furious. He said that the hunt would have to take place in 5 days. The falcons had to be healed by then, or it'd be off with the owners' heads. That's impossible. That'd be impossible, though. That night, the falconers all assembled at the brothers' house to get them to share the secret medicine. The kind-hearted younger brother took pity on them. And then what happened? The older brother would hear none of it. Their ancestors had been treated terribly by the people of that village. Their medicine was the only thing that allowed them to overcome all the adversity they faced. Before their father had passed away, he told them never to share the secret medicine. They couldn't betray their father. That night, the younger brother couldn't sleep. He thought that he could collect his thoughts at the lake, but instead he found a young woman trying to walk straight down into the water there. "What are you doing?" he shouted as he ran over to her. "Please, just let me die. Please." "What are you saying?" The brother lifted her out of the water and asked her to explain herself. "I'll be honest with you. There's no way my father's falcons can be healed in 5 days, and he's the only family I have. If he's beheaded, then I'm as good as dead. I just want to be waiting for my dad, there to greet him in the afterlife." Hearing this, the younger brother went and brought her back some of the secret medicine. "Here, use this on your father's falcon." That's a tongue twister. "If you do, it'll be healed in 5 days, and you can share it with the other villagers too." "Is it really okay?" "Don't even think about killing yourself, okay? Just hurry up now. Go!" "Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us." The girl headed home with tears in her eyes. The younger brother didn't tell his older brother what he'd done, and then 5 days later, the secret was out, right? It was. The falcons of all the neighboring villages were flying again, and the nobleman was overjoyed. The falconers all breathed a sigh of relief. And the younger brother? The younger brother didn't go on the hunt that day. Instead, he put on a white robe ready to die. He waited for his older brother to return, and then... What happened then? Upon returning, the older brother said this: "You don't regret what you did, do you?" "I don't." And then the older brother lopped off his younger brother's head right there on the spot. Oof. Oof. Oh no, man. No. That's a little... It's scary. This is... Oh, it's not the tab I wanted. That's scary. I don't like... That's like... Oh, God. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's scary. That's scary. Okay. What? At that moment, the blood splattered across the leaves of this hyperciliums nearby, leaving black spots upon them that never went away. Okay, I wasn't trying to be funny with that. It was just a weird transition. Okay. When someone saw the flowers later, they started calling them Otogirisou, the brother-cut flowers. Flowers each have a meaning, and... Wait, what exactly was the meaning of that flower? Weird. My mind just totally blanked. Was it like your first love or something? What do you think a story like that was supposed to be a love story? Well, I mean, with the girl alone in the lake and all. There's no way it means your first love. What was it, though? It was something more to do with misfortune. I know it wasn't suicide, though. A flower that stands for suicide? I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. Nami laughed. I responded calmly, it's not out of the question. I started laughing, too. Let's do the first one. I responded calmly. It's not out of the question. It's a big world out there. There are so many flowers with so many meanings. Hey, more importantly, are we heading the right way? I feel like this place looks really different compared to before. Now that you mentioned it, it did look different. Okay. I think we're going the right way now that you mention it. It's weird. This was supposed to be a shortcut. I think we're going to do the shortcut. Now that you mention it, it's weird. This was supposed to be a shortcut. You mean your brain took a shortcut, right? Nami mocked my stupidity under her breath. This is no time to be joking around. We need to hurry. Push down on the gas pedal. Whoa. Turn the steering wheel quickly. I managed to dodge the car barely, but the car was careening downhill. Something wasn't right. The brakes weren't working. The car was gradually picking up speed. Sachu! Brake! I'm stepping on the brakes. They're not doing anything. Well, do something. To my left was a big tree, and to my right was a river. We're gonna be fine. Parking brake. I'm gonna take on the gamble of this here. Gonna drive into the river. I feel like the parking brake makes the most sense, because if you drive into the tree, you're gonna get hit. If you drive into the river, you're gonna drown. Parking brake, this is what the parking brake is for. We're gonna be fine. I pulled on the parking brake. No dice. We're not gonna die. I shouted as I stepped on the brakes again, but it didn't do anything. Okay, but the parking brake is a different type of brake, though. It shouldn't, like, this isn't making logical sense. Nami tucked her head down. I closed my eyes, too, but I was so worked up that I kept screaming. Something. Sachu. Huh? When I opened my eyes, I saw that the car had stopped. Nami had her eyes cast down, and she was kind of blushing. Did I shout something embarrassing in the heat of the moment? Don't tell me I shouted out that I loved her. To hide how bashful I felt, I said, "Are you okay, Nami? This is why it's so scary to drive on mountain roads." This is so scary to drive on the mountain roads. Oh. A bolt of lightning fell on the tree right before our eyes, split the tree in two, and set it on fire. It's coming down. We flew out of the car. Sachu, your car. The tree had fallen directly onto the car, smashing it. The top of the car had caved in and the front windshield was busted. It was a sad sight. In older cars, it was an emergency brake, not for parking. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, older cars, like, it's the I always was taught it's the emergency brake. Like, you use it if you're like in a spin out situation and your brakes aren't pumping. That's how I was taught in driver's ed. Like, you use it in case your brakes aren't, it's the emergency brake. That, and if you're parking uphill, you're supposed to have it on, even though it doesn't, in newer cars, it doesn't really do anything. Dang, this story getting all biblical, burning trees down. I don't know. I mean, it's cool the effects they managed to do on the SNES. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be so animated. Like, it's cool. I can understand why this game was so pivotal. Okay. It'll be alright. At least we're both okay. I hid how disappointed I felt. Yeah, your car is dead, dude. I felt it took all I had in me to keep up a strong front. I too would be upset if my car got a tree falling on it. Like, even though my car is crappy, it still gets me to point A to point B. I would not be happy. Maybe you could get it remodeled into a convertible. I don't think that's how that works. No. Oh, now that's a good idea. The car caught on fire. The car caught on fire. Serious? How did the car... okay. I mean, I guess since the tree was on fire, the car would catch on fire. But, like, I feel like it wouldn't catch on fire immediately. And, like, if it is raining, I feel like the fire wouldn't be able to spread because the car has been wet already. Well, that dream didn't last very long, did it? It was stupid of me to dream of it in the first place. It wouldn't have worked anyway. Remodeling an ordinary car instead of convertible would have just looked lame. I muttered to myself. Nami gave me a pat on the back. Sour grapes. Anyway, what should we do now, Sachu? The car's been totaled and it's raining. She sounded worried. I felt worried too, so you moved closer. We should start by looking for a path. I pointed to a light in the distance. We should start looking for a path. We should start by looking for a path. How? It's pitch black out. The fire that had started in the car had been extinguished by the rain. See, it wouldn't have, like, totaled the car with the fire, because it just got extinguished. So, I mean, if it didn't hit the engine, I'm wondering if, like, you could have just moved the tree out of the way. That's what I brought this for. I pulled out a flashlight from what remained of the car. When I turned it on, it lit up a field of yellow flowers. What? These are hyperciliums everywhere. Hey, there's a mailbox over there. Nami pointed to the forest a little further ahead. There was a weather-beaten red mailbox, and just behind it, a small path leading into the forest. Okay, this sounds bad. This sounds like a Scooby Do situation. Like, I feel like this is gonna be a Scooby Doo situation where it's like they go into this house, they get offered by the owner to stay, but there's some weird spooky story behind it, and then at the end of the day, like, they find out it's Old Man Jenkins. But let's keep going. Maybe there's a house up ahead. Okay, Nami, get that bag out of the car. We've got a change of clothes in there. Yeah? Yeah. After I popped the trunk open, Nami not only pulled out the bag, she pulled out the car cover sheet. What did you pull that out for? For shelter against the rain. It's not going to do anything for us if we just leave it in here. Why not put it to good use? Isn't it going to be kind of hard to walk around under that? It's fine. I want to. There's no point in arguing with crying children, or Nami. We each got under the car cover and headed to the mailbox. After that, we walked deeper into the forest towards the light. I mean, that is kind of a good idea to use it as a cover sheet, because, I mean, it's probably like a tarp material, so, I mean, it's still better than nothing. Okay. Besides, small path were yellow hyperciliums. It was almost as if they were inviting us to continue down the path. It's kind of scary, isn't it? Nami said from behind me. Oh, there's owl noises. I hear a hoo, hoo. Yeah, but we've got... Or Nami, dang, dude, respect your friend a bit. Let's see, we got... Yeah, but we've got nowhere else to go. Taking Nami's hand in mine, I'll let her deeper into the forest. Should we wait here until morning? Okay, well, I don't think waiting until morning is a good idea. So we're gonna go with choice A. Yeah, but we've got nowhere else to go. Taking Nami's hand in mine, I led her deeper into the forest. As we moved, the trees were becoming more and more overgrown. The car cover kept getting snagged by the branches, making it hard to walk. Hey, it's getting hard to walk with this cover, isn't it? Should we just leave it behind? No. I don't want us to get wet. We're already wet from just all of the leaves brushing up against us. And we've got a fresh change of clothes in the bag there, don't we? No. My hair gets all frizzy when it gets wet. Why is that your first priority? Is like, no, my hair. Dude, you're going towards Scooby Do Mansion. I don't think the hair is the worst of your worries here. Your hair's short now, though. You'll be fine. No. It'll give me callus. And I heard that rain can make your hair fall out. Okay. Oh, can it? I was about to tell her that was just an old wives' tale, but I stopped myself. That's the thing about Nami. She wouldn't even listen to me, even if I tried. I reluctantly kept going forward, trudging slowly down the dark path. Eventually, the path split into two. The path on the right went slightly uphill, while the path on the left sloped down. The two paths were about the same width. Which way should we go? Nami asked me as if I would know. I tried to be confident, it's the path to the right. I tried to be confident, it's the path to the left. I said arrogantly I wouldn't know. After a moment of hesitation, I said, you choose, Nami. I feel like it's gonna be the one sloping up. So that was the one to the left. It's the path to the left. Really? Nami looked at me with doubt in her eyes. I laughed and said, I don't actually know for sure. What? But we've got to go down one of these paths, so it might as well be this one. True. Was the left path the right one? The left path turned out to be the right one in the end. Okay, so it was the ups. Okay. Interesting. The path sloped down for a bit, then it sloped back up again. It seemed we were on the correct path. We caught a glimpse of a light up ahead. We were relieved and slowed our pace as we continued along. Something still bothers me, though. I said as we walked along. What? The brakes. It's just strange, you know? The car brakes. Yeah. There was nothing wrong with them when we headed out. On the way back, we were going uphill, so I never even had to hit the brakes. I only had to hit the brakes just then, at that moment. So you're saying someone messed with the car while we were out? Yeah, but this went too far to just call it messing with us. You're right. We almost died back there. I don't remember anything that makes someone want to kill me. Hey, maybe. Lightning. Nami stood still and looked up at the sky. Huh? Lightning again. It's true. We'd be in trouble if it strikes here. We need to hurry. The path is totally level now, without any slope. We ran straight out of the forest. Okay, that's some Scooby Do looking shit. Suddenly we could see it. Right before our eyes, there was a huge mansion. It made us forget all about being scared of the lightning and the intensity of the rain. We stood there in awe for a moment. A huge iron gate gleamed back, wet with rain. We could see how big the mansion's garden alone was through the gaps in the gaps in the gate. What a mansion, huh? Okay, this is like a setup to a Scooby Doo episode. Like, this is like the mystery gang, like, their car breaks down, and they find an abandoned mansion. It starts raining, and they're like, oh, we need to take shelter from the rain. And then they go into the mansion, and spooky shit happens, and then they find out, oh, it's the neighbor across the street, because there's gold buried in the backyard or something. What a mansion, huh? Nami muttered as if her breath had been taken away. It really was impressive. The mansion itself was probably a good 50 meters from the gate. Maybe it was because of how far it was, or maybe it was just the rain, but the mansion didn't seem to be in the best shape. Still, the sight of it made my pulse pound for some reason. Should we go in? Yeah. I'm a little scared, though. I approached the gate. It didn't seem to be locked. There was an intercom on the right column. Okay, so we have a choice. Push the intercom without any hesitation. Should we try pressing it? I asked Nami. Should we head back then? Well, at this point, we might as well just press the button. I pressed the intercom button without any hesitation. I waited a good while, but I didn't get any response. Nobody's home, maybe. I pressed the intercom button again, but as I expected, there was no response. It's weird, isn't it? The lights are on, though. It was true. There were several windows in the mansion where you could see light coming through. I pushed the gate, and it opened without a sound. I figured it wasn't locked, and I was right. What should we do? Ah! Whoa! The sudden flash of lightning sent us reflectively into the grounds of the estate. I would have gone away with it too, but that dang lightning brought these little kids. I don't know if this when this was written or anything, but this is... I'm wondering how much Scooby Do did have an influence on this, because it's pretty Scooby Doo setup. And I mean, it's not bad, but maybe it's just because, I mean, at the time, this was groundbreaking, yeah, but I'm just like, this is a Scooby, to me, since I've watched a lot of Scooby Doo, this is just a Scooby Doo setup. But, the sudden flash of lightning sent us reflectively into the grounds of the estate. It was totally unkept inside. The grass went all the way up to my waist. It was like there were walls of grass on both sides of the brick lane-lined path. They really let this place go, huh? Hey, aren't these hyperciliums? Nami pointed down. You're right. They're blooming here too, huh? And it's not just here. Look, there's some over there too. Hey, hand me that flashlight. Nami shined the light over the entire garden. They're everywhere! What? She gasped. There was a whole lot more than one or two of them. They were growing all over every corner of the garden. I'm wondering, is this like an invasive plant? If you just plant one, like they just spread everywhere? Or is this like someone deliberately planted it all? Why are there so many of them growing here? The wind grew strong. It sent a wave through the countless yellow flowers. The wave moved from the gate to the mansion. I could almost feel the mansion shake from the impact of the wave, and then it stopped. I stood there in the rain, struck by the thought that I'd witnessed something sinister and dark. Hey! Nami put her hand up to her ear. Do you hear that? Something's rustling. Huh? You mean the wind blowing through the leaves? No, not that. Something else. Suddenly, a speckled snake slithered out from the tall grass. Is this a Pokemon battle? I could see its fangs glistening in its open mouth. You hear it, right? That sound. What are you talking about? Look! It's a snake! Snake! A snake! I took Nami by the hand and ran towards the mansion in a panic. Hey, wasn't that a rattlesnake? What's it doing in a place like this? Nami shouted as we ran. Okay, are there rattlesnakes in Japan? I don't think there are. Like, isn't rattlesnake like a North American snake? I need to look this up later. How should I know? Why don't you ask the snake yourself? It's poisonous! If I tried talking to it, it would bite me for sure. We screamed back and forth at each other as we sprinted as hard as we could. We ran up the stepstones to the entrance, and when we turned back, we saw the snake slithering towards us over the brick-lined path. I grabbed the door's handle. The door was locked, and it wouldn't even budge. Excuse me, could you open the door, please? Please? There didn't seem to be any response from inside of the mansion. Sachu, it's coming. It's coming closer, Nami shrieked. Okay, I don't think a snake in its right mind would do that. It would just do the rattle thing, and then once you ran away, it wouldn't follow you. Like, this seems a little unrealistic, and I mean, I've had, like, a situation before in the past where a rattlesnake has been nearby when I went out hiking in the Shenandoah Mountains forever ago. Like, you literally just wait till the snake leaves, because it's not gonna go after you unless you approach it. So, this seems a little unrealistic, but maybe the snake is just angry.